Recently, I was reflecting, as I normally do. I sat back. I joined Toastmasters, as you heard from Toastmaster Christina in the fall of 2016. And then I sat back recently and I asked myself this question that, okay, how have I improved myself? How have I maintained balance in my life? What really have I done for others? Because I believe that success to me doesn't mean just what I'm able to do for me, and me alone. What am I able to do for others? And by that, I'm not talking about money, and money could be a part of it. So here is my question to each and every one of you tonight. Where and or what in your life do you need balance? Easily, when we talk about balance, people are already thinking about work and life. But beyond that, there are other areas of life where we need to maintain balance. And as I reflected recently on my journey, and I realized that in the past, I probably didn't maintain a nice balance. But today, by the grace of God, I've gotten to a point in my life within the Toastmasters International and in the world in which I dwell to be able to step back and ask myself, am I doing something too much here? Do I need to strike a balance here? Really, my message to each and every one of you tonight is all about maintaining balance. And I'll tell you a simple story. Several years ago, my family and I have a family of 5, we were on a vacation in Canada, not in the northern part of Ontario, really. And I remember us being in this park, and our youngest, he wanted to try everything in that park. And then he wanted to go on a roller coaster. And I said, no, don't do that. I mean, number one, you're going to be the only one. Mom is not going to climb that with you. Maybe your brother would. Anyway, at the end of the day, we didn't do that. And then I can't tell you all how many times he complained about that. And he said, I could not believe that my family chickened out on just a common roller coaster. We didn't do it. But again, when you talk about balance, we go to another spot at a park where they have what we call articulated buggy, where you will ride on this like a big caterpillar and will take you through a dark underground, rough surfaces, watery surfaces, and then it's going to move you back and forth. I said, okay, this is not roller coaster. Let's just ride on it. And we did it. I was very grateful to God that I rode on the same one with my wife. Otherwise, maybe we'll be telling a different story tonight. We survived that, and my wife just told me, never again, because of how scary it was. But let me tell you, it may sound really funny. What balance are you maintaining between courage and fear? Let me tell you tonight, or let me remind you rather, without fear, as human beings, we will do stupid things. That is the beauty of fear. But also without courage, we may never even achieve our purpose in life. But can I remind you that, interestingly, the opposite of courage is not cowardice. What is it? It's conformity. Oh, no, I must take one for the team. Oh, no, I don't want to rock the ball. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. And because of that, we are not actually fulfilling our purpose in life. And I realized in thinking about this and talking to you now, you're wondering, okay, so what's your point? Look at yourself as a member of the Toastmasters International. Do you have the courage that you need to make the progress that you need to make? Or are you just conforming or afraid all the time? Oh, no, I'm not good at public speaking. Oh, no, I don't want to be out there. Oh, no, I don't want to take this role. I mean, look at Christina tonight. The last meeting she spoke. Tonight, she's not just the Toastmaster, she's the GE. Rafia, the same thing. She was a functionary during the last meeting. Tonight, she is a presiding officer and also was going to be an evaluator, but for the fact that the speaker number one didn't show up. I just want to encourage you all. Courage is the ability to do something that will really frighten you. But then, I don't want you to continue to live your life, particularly being a part of Toastmasters International and being afraid to speak. I want to challenge you tonight. What is it that you're afraid of? Where are you conforming in your life? There is a beautiful balance between courage and fear. There is a beautiful balance between work and life. Can you imagine you not working at all? Can you imagine the demerits of not working? Can you imagine the demerits of just living alone and not doing anything to earn revenues, to make money, to be able to support your children or support your family in general? Just think about it. There is a nice balance somewhere. I am not going to sit here tonight and tell you, no, courage, courage, courage all the time, or conformity, conformity, conformity all the time, or life, life, life all the time, or work, work, work all the time. There needs to be a balance. And I don't know what the balance is for you and where it is in your life. You know, I don't. But experience has shown me that it is very important for us to strike a balance. And when you strike the right balance, that balance will not just be right, it will be beautiful because it's actually going to help you to grow. There will be time in our life when we need to support the team, even though we have a dissenting opinion. And there will be time in our life when we have to take a stand because it is the right thing to do. And I don't know where you are in your life and what you are going through right now. I don't know what your struggles are. I am here to encourage you as I've encouraged myself. As you heard, I'm finishing Pathways part number 4 tonight. I didn't start this way. In fact, it may shock you to realize that up till January 2020, I didn't know that there was anything like DTM until when I was part of a contest. And I started hearing names like this person DTM, that person DTM. And I remember asking, I think it was Camille that time, what's that? This was just a little over 2 years ago. I'm a DTM now. I sat back. I didn't do anything for fear of this, for fear of that. But all of you here, you know yourself. You challenged me to be who I am today. I challenged myself a little bit, but you pushed me, you encouraged me, you trusted me that, Akin, you can do this. Thank you also very much. And I'm here to let you all know that the remainder of my life, I want to encourage people. I want to help them understand that it's okay to conform, but don't live in that zone the entire life, for your entire life. Rather, be courageous. And sometimes, just as the word of the day says, maybe all we need to do is verbalize it. Because I know people have asked me, somebody asked me before, that, Akin, how are you doing today? And you say, you know what, some days I do really well. Today I'm doing really, really well. And I told this individual, I said, this morning when I was leaving my house, I looked at myself in the mirror. I said, wow, boy, some days you look great. Today you are looking freaking good. I told myself that. I said, with that said to myself, verbalizing that to myself, that was not stopping me. And these were times when normally I should be done, because that's what everything around me told me. Everything around me told me, no, you're just going to go there and mess yourself. No, you can't do this. No, you're not going to be able to do that. But I am my #1 challenger, and I want to encourage you all tonight. Challenge yourself. Look at where you are. Remember, as you embrace the beautiful balance around you in your life, particularly when we talk about the subject of courage, there is one fundamental, and that is vulnerability. You have to be ready to embrace vulnerability completely. That is really where I'm going to leave you tonight. Because if you don't want to be vulnerable, you won't be able to move forward. And if you don't move forward, you are probably not going to fulfill purpose. I am where I am today because I chose within myself to move forward. And therefore, I was able to experience the beautiful balance between courage and conformity, between work and life, between decisions and indecisions. Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.